Okay. Hey, Hammer Nation, it's me, Tanya the Hammer Hicks here on my review of Godzilla Minus One. I just got out of the theater to see it, and I just gotta say, man, he just did not give a darn. He did not give a darn, Hammer Nation. He just wanted blood. That's all he wanted, folks. He just wanted blood. At this point, he didn't care what was in his way. I like to say the people who did this film on $15 million, I got to give it to him. I got to give it to him, man. I really got to give it to him. I saw this in IMAX theater, and, it was worth the money. It was worth it. And, yep, it was worth it. It was worth the money, man. It was really worth it. You know? The officer asks for Martinez's ID. Martinez states that he's an American and the son of one of the women in the car. He explains that they were in Juarez to eat dinner and were returning home. The Border Patrol agent justify it. Why can't let you cross? He takes you out the car and you guys will come over. Oh, God. Hello? Hey, I'm back from the theater. I'm live on my show. And I want you to come up here, man. Oh my God. He was a piece of crap. Lord. You want to come up? I got the link in the chat. I just got to tell you, man. I love Godzilla, but he was a piece of shit in this movie. He just did not care what was in his way, man. He took people and threw them out. Picked them up, threw them out, man. Stopped them like a bunch of bugs. And I feel sorry for that pilot. He didn't want to, and one of them told him, go shoot the gun in your plane, shoot the gun. And he didn't do it. First of all, he landed on Odo Island. And second of all, he lied about his plane being all messed up. It was all the subtitles with English, so, you know.
It was all subtitles?
Yeah. And then he lied about the plane being destroyed, messed up. They checked it. It was in good shape. And, Godzilla showed up. And, and then all of a sudden, he's back home. And the people at back home says, you're supposed to die with honor, man. You're a disgrace. This one woman did. She was real harsh on him because she said, if you had died, my children wouldn't have died. So she didn't, And then he comes across this woman with a kid that ain't hers, and they end up being in the same house, And now she wanted to get up on her feet, and then all of a sudden the alarm goes off, and here comes Godzilla coming down the street. She gets blown away by the atomic blast that he did. And everybody was just standing there taking it. And they had to come up with a plan to get rid of him, man. Everybody was chicking out. But all of a sudden, they had the cojones to come and help them out. So only two ships involved with one guy, with one Godzilla. It's just they had a plan to get rid of him. I'm just telling you, man. You felt bad for the dude, and once the girl that he thought he was gonna like got destroyed, he thought she was dead, and he's got this little girl now, and he had to get a mechanic friend to help him because they had a special plane for him. And he wrote some stupid letters cursing him out, and he got it. He beat him up, and this is the only mechanic he knew, And they didn't know where to find him, and they finally found him. So he decided to help them out. So if Plan A didn't work, they had Plan B. So when you want to come on up, man, jeez, it Ben, it was freaking brutal, man. It felt bad for everybody. Just tried to rebuild the city, and Godzilla came on down here, and he was pissed.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, he was pissed, man. All I gotta say is, you go to IMAX and see it in the theater, you won't be disappointed, man. And they built... Huh?
What about the subtitles?
You know what? The subtitles are subtitles, you know? You know, I wish they had actors do the English voices in this film, but they did a good job. For $15 million, they made this budget on this movie. Every tank was shooting at them. Didn't work. They thought they had them down. They didn't. You know, they were in this wooden boat because he had these old mines made of metal, and you know the metal would attract the wood, and you know, it was just. If you have time, come on up.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm still live now, so
Okay.
come on up.
All right.
Bye. Yeah, so Hammer Nation, it was freaking brutal. The action, the cinema, oh man. I'm not giving away not no ending, but all I've got to say is God. If you go to the theater and see it in IMAX, it's worth it, man. I swear to God, you know, it was worth it, man. Let me just check something out here. Just give me a minute. I got the wrong avatar for this. You know, it was freaking brutal, man. Tells the Border Patrol agent that he has to use the bathroom. It's just the break he needs. Yep. It was brutal, folks. It was just freaking brutal. It was brutal from beginning to end, man. Godzilla did not give a darn. He sure did. He sure did. I got the wrong image for this. So I tell the lady, hey, baby, check this out. I need you to help. They're chasing me. Police are chasing me. I just need you to help walk me across the border. It was brutal, man. You know, he just did not give a darn what was in his way, man. He just did not give a darn. You know, it was like, come get some. You know, it was just, you know, it was just freaking brutal, man. Once he's safely back in Barnes, Martinez decides to pump the stakes. He starts expanding his drug running operation. You know, it was just freaking brutal. You know, it was just, you know, it was just freaking brutal. Hey, Joshua! Oh, God, Joshua, it was a freaking brutal movie. It was vicious. It was carnage from the beginning of the movie towards the end of it. You felt bad for this kamikaze pilot. He didn't want to do what he was supposed to do. Everybody called him a coward. You know, he was a disgrace. You know, he didn't want to die an honorable death. One guy, he didn't want to die an honorable death. Yeah, it was a good movie. He didn't want to die an honorable death, Joshua. He just, he wanted to live. but he met this woman and this kid, and they weren't his or they weren't hers because the parents were killed in the air raids. So they started cohabitating together, and he sort of got attached to her. He didn't want, the kid called her daddy, but he said, and the woman said, "Is your war over?" "No, it's not." And they found a special plane that he flew in when Godzilla was. Yeah, he wants to live forever. Yeah, everybody called him a chicken. He didn't want to go in that plane, get the gun, and kill the thing. It was brutal, Joshua. It was freaking brutal. Just a second.
Dress you up real nice, bring your volume, some snacks, dress up shirt, dress shoes. And it was like, started about 11 at night. And,
They called him a coward and everything else under the sun. Oh, you are? But it was worth it there, Joshua. Oh, God. And the people knew any weapon they had against Godzilla was not going to work. And nobody didn't want to touch,
They see my tattoo. They turn around.
And that poor girl was on that train. And when she saw him coming down the block, and she was holding on to dear life and went into that lake, and yeah, he got the atomic breath coming up. Dang! He obliterated everything. I love you guys, though, but there was a piece of mess in this movie. All I gotta say is, folks, I know you're gonna hate the subtitles, but it's worth it. It was really worth it, man. That's all I gotta say, man. It was worth it. People are told, I'll give you my flowers for you. I give you my flowers for you, Toho. Put flowers in the chat, Hammer Nation. Get Toho their flowers, man. Get Toho their flowers, man. Give Toho their freaking flowers, man. They did a good job. They did a good job. They sure did. Give them their flowers. I salute you guys at Toho. I give you your applause. Everybody didn't want to. All the tugboats that didn't want to be a part of this came out and helped. They thought Godzilla was down, but he was not out of the fight, man. He sure wasn't. He said, "Come on, bring it. Bring it on, man." I did the old theme of Godzilla. Dun, 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 dun. To pay homage to the one back in the 50s. All I gotta say is, I gotta give Toho their flowers, Joshua. I gotta give Toho their flowers. They pulled it off, man. For $15 million, this movie's gonna make a whole lot of money. All I gotta say is, man, Toho, you deserve it. I don't think Godzilla may be down, but he ain't out. Hey, Joshua, you still there? I'm putting the link in the chat, man. This was a movie, man. It was brutal from beginning to end. And I'm just telling y'all, go see it. You won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed, folks. Nope, you won't. You will not be disappointed. That's all I gotta say. It was brutal, man. Brutal.
Get the fast internet you need at a great value this holiday with Optimum. Get 300 night fiber internet for as low as $30.
It was brutal, folks.
Expedition unknown, once it plus tricks and more times Aquaman with Josh on Discovery.
It was brutal.
Has put his freedom on the line while trying to cross the border to the U.S. He's surrounded by armed border patrol agents, and he doesn't see a way out.
So I take the fingerprint.
It was brutal, folks.
The results come back.
You know, it was just a.
Or the new one wasn't. I'm sure if you said on one, there was a version.
Agent tells Martinez he can't cross. Martinez knows he's planning to fly. He's not willing to push his luck any further and asks him to leave.
I walk now. I'm trying to walk fast because I don't know if they're going to come back to some things. So I'm trying to walk fast. I'm pretty much jogging my way back home. Just happy.
Martinez returns home
You know,
and slips back.
it was brutal, man. Brutal from beginning to end.
August 2002. Martinez heads to a house party in Apartments.
We're at the house party. Me and my friends, and one of my friends got into a jam, to a beef with another rival group of drug dealers.
The confrontation escalates.
It just happened at the heat of the moment, and the shooting took place. A few people were shot.
No, it was vicious. It was vicious, brutal, man. But you know, I'll talk more in a few minutes. So see y'all later.
He's tried for the murders as a Mexican citizen. And Mexican